Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is take 3 of this video, but I really don't mind. But I decided to do something a little different because most of my content is covers, and the last time I did a video of me talking was a story time a while back ago, so I figure why not add some more variety to my channel, especially so that I could get the interest of different audiences. So today's video, as you can tell by the title, is all about service dogs. And basically this was a presentation slash essay that I did back at the Living Skills program I did, and I found that a lot of the information was very helpful and informative, and I just would like to share this with you guys today. Also, I just want to warn you guys in advance if there's any noise or background, it's probably incoming notifications. I do have my speech off, however, so hopefully that won't affect the video. Also, subscribe if you haven't already, please. That would be very beneficial for me. And comment if you want more content like this. And also give this video a big thumbs up. And for those of you who didn't know, in the beginning of the video alongside the title, those puppies or those dogs that you see a picture of are actually my 2 adorable dogs. And I love them very much despite the fact that they could be a pain at times. But either way, let's get into the presentation. So the first slide is basically my title and my preferred name. I'm going to be describing this for people who are non-visual. So the title of this presentation is The Journey of Service Dogs. I don't think I could have come up with a better one, but either way, this presentation will be discussing the various types of service dogs, emotional support, and therapy dogs, and the differences. Alright, so with that being said, slide number 2. Slide number 2 is, what are service dogs? So, service dogs are there to perform specific tasks. They require 1 to 2 years training. Service dogs training often start as young as puppy age, from what I know. They are given to a puppy handler, and the puppy handler will have to expose them to the environment, such as taking them out in public and teaching them the basic commands such as sit, stay, etc. Then when they're about 2 months old, they head into their doggy school, where they will be learning other tasks, such as, whatever major task they have to do to be able to become a service animal. And at the end of those 1 or 2 years, they are tested to see if they qualify as a service animal. But that's basically what a service dog is. Slide number 3 is an image. It is a picture of a golden retriever puppy. I think golden retrievers are super cute, but that's just an opinion. And moving on. Slide number 4. Guide dogs. Now I know all about these because I'm visually impaired myself, and I would also like to be a guide dog handler someday. So I'll try not to ramble too much about it, but guide dogs are basically dogs who are trained to guide the visually impaired. So the way this would work is that a guide dog has a harness that's hooked onto their collar, and the person who is blind and or visually impaired will grab onto the harness and will give the dogs commands that they would have to do, such as forward or right turn, left turn. etc. And these dogs are really smart. They stop at curbs, they help you avoid obstacles. It's honestly very amazing. And the specific breeds that could be guide dogs are Labradors, Labrador Retrievers, German Shepherds, and I believe Golden Retrievers as well. Either way, slide number 5, hearing dogs. So hearing dogs are basically dogs that are there to alert their owner of loud noises, if there's a knock on the door, and I heard that they do it differently, so I guess it's based on the owner's preference. Some might sniff, or some might go up to the owner and lick their hand. Either way, I think they're really smart dogs, and some of the breeds that you will see as hearing dogs would be Cockapoos, Cocker Spaniels, Miniature Poodles. It's funny because the Cockapoo pronunciation, like with my tech instructor, we literally couldn't say that with a straight face, but I can actually manage it now, so I guess progress. But that's just a little bit of immaturity that, you know, nothing wrong with it. It's called having fun. But either way, slide 6. Slide 6 is indeed a picture of a 2-year-old Cockapoo. How adorable. Now moving on to I found it very fascinating when I first started learning about them. But basically, some of the things, like some of the disabilities they help with is cardiac disorder, multiple sclerosis, and a whole bunch of other things on that list that I cannot pronounce. But basically, to summarize it, anyone who may have difficulty walking, lifting, etc., people who are on wheelchairs might utilize from a mobility assistant dog. Sorry, lost my train of thought there for a sec. Okay, slide number 8. Some of the mobility assistant dogs' tasks that they perform. So they're definitely really good at providing physical support in any way they can, at least. The way they would do this is sometimes they would stand in front of someone who needs help standing, and that would help them either to keep their balance by holding on to the dog. It could be while they're getting dressed or anything in that general area. They can retrieve ringing telephones, which I find really cool. If you drop something on the floor, they will pick it up. Very talented dogs. Slide number 9 is the different types of mobility assistant dogs. So there are various types and different breeds, but oftentimes, if I'm being honest, being a mobility assistant dog is a big job, so they choose a lot of the bigger breeds to assist with these tasks. And some of these breeds include Burmese Mountain Dog, Labradors, and Retrievers, because they're just super smart. They're gonna pretty much show up in almost every list. And Rottweilers, which actually really shocked me because I've heard them having the label of being very rambunctious and scary dogs to be around, but apparently not. Okay, so slide number 10. So this is actually hilarious. So this is an inside joke. Um, I was basically trying to look up a picture of a Labrador or a Labrador Retriever, one or the other, and that's the image you're seeing right now. And basically, my tech instructor, I'm like explaining to him how it's not giving me details about what the dog is doing in the image, so I can't exactly describe it. So he's like, well, why don't you just put a Labrador Retriever drinking a beer? So yeah, that's what I put, a Labrador drinking a beer. Now, I hope I never encounter that, but yeah. Anyway, moving on. Slide number 11, medical alert dogs. These are also very special dogs. They can save lives. That's all I have to say. These dogs are good for people who have diabetes or psychiatrical functions, and also people who suffer from seizures, because they do have seizure alert dogs. And basically what they'll do is, if you're suffering from diabetes, the dog can sniff and smell when your insulin is low. They somehow know when you need to take your medication. I think some people with autism also have medical alert dogs. And for instance, if you're someone who suffers from seizures, the dog will be able to alert you up to 30 minutes before you have a seizure, which I think is pretty fascinating, so that you can get to a comfortable place if you're out in public. So yeah, that's really awesome. And they alert their owners in different ways. I guess it just depends on the person. Okay, slide 12 talks more in depth about medical alert dogs. However, this is a YouTube video, and I really don't feel like getting copyright claimed. So, or striked for that matter. So, I will be posting the link to the YouTube video in the description box, so you can look at it if you'd like. And slide number 13, therapy dogs. And now we move into the lovely world of therapy dogs. Therapy dogs require a little less training than a service dog, because they're simply there to just be that, therapeutic. They're kind of like emotional support, but they do have a little bit more training, in which I think some people who have like anxiety or stuff, like they can sense when they're having a panic attack, and they do their thing so that the owner can feel comforted. It's adorable. It's really sweet. This is often used, like I said, for either anxiety or for veterans or just anyone who's been through anything traumatic. Slide number 14. These are different types of therapy dogs. So, French Bulldog, Greyhound, of course your normal Labrador Retriever, etc. And Pomeranians, which I find interesting because one of my dogs is half Pomeranian, and she is really good at that. I will say that, and it's just very fascinating to me. That's all I can really say. I continuously say that throughout this whole thing, but it's because it's super true. Slide 15 is a Pomeranian puppy image, which is absolutely cute. I love it. I just love dogs in general, as you can tell. Doesn't matter the breed. Slide 16, we get into emotional support dogs. Emotional support require little to no training, and basically they're just there to provide companionship and, as we all know, dogs are just super loyal in that sense. So, and they are not considered service dogs. I know a lot of people kind of get this mixed up, but no, they're not. And next is different types of emotional support dogs. Slide 17. And you could get either a miniature horse, apparently, which that one I didn't know about. I know that they have guide horses for the visually impaired, which I found interesting. And if I wasn't so concerned about the horse being 10 times bigger than me, then I probably would consider it. But yeah, miniature horses, ferrets, and guinea pigs. I actually had guinea pigs as a class pet in pre-K, but anyway. And next is slide 18, which is a video that goes more in depth as to why like service dogs, how do I explain this? Like what makes an emotional support animal, basically, is the best way I can explain it. So that link will also be posted in the description box. And my final slide, which is my conclusion. So, like I said, emotional support dogs and therapy dogs are not considered service dogs. They are completely in a different category. And honestly, service dogs are there to perform various tasks for their handlers to help keep them safe in the best way that they know how. And if any of you guys are interested in a specific type of service dog or emotional support dog or therapy dog, whatever it is, I could upload more content like this and talk about that type specifically, because as you know now, there are various types and there's lots of information about these that you can just look up. But either way, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. It really means a lot to me. And see you next time.